One night. One storm. One impossible choice that changed two lives forever. Could you risk it all for someone you've never met? The town hums with the rhythm of daily life, seagulls cry overhead, fishing boats creak at the docks, and locals exchange familiar nods. Elias, his hands calloused from years of hauling nets, ties ropes on his weathered boat, the sea sparrow. His face, lined with quiet grief, betrays a man who's seen too many storms, both at sea and in his heart. Across the dock, Mara, in city boots and a too-clean jacket, scribbles furiously in her notebook. She's here for a story on the town's dying fishing industry, chasing a promotion that could define her career. Her questions to the locals are sharp, her tone impatient. She's not here to stay. A grizzled fisherman, Tom, leans against a piling, eyeing the horizon where dark clouds gather like an omen. He warns Mara about the storm brewing, his voice gravelly with experience. Ain't seen clouds like that in 20 years. You best be gone by nightfall, miss. Mara, distracted by her deadline, brushes it off with a polite smile. Elias overhears, his hands pausing on the rope. His eyes flicker to Mara, then back to the sky, a shadow crossing his face. He knows the sea's wrath better than most. His brother was lost to a storm a decade ago. Tom, you stayin' tonight, miss? Storm's comin'. Worst in decades. Mara, just here for the story, Tom. I'll be on the road by morning. Elias, nobody's ready for what's comin'. Mara, you believe him? About the storm? Elias, believe the sea. It don't lie. Mara, this place feels like it's stuck in time. These people, their stories, they're not my world. But why does he look like he's carrying a ghost? Elias, she's got no business here. City folk don't understand the sea. But those clouds, they're hungry. The storm hits with biblical fury, windows rattle, power lines sway, and the sea roars like a living beast. Mara, stranded at the town's only diner, huddles at a booth, her notebook soaked and useless. The diner's fluorescent lights flicker, casting eerie shadows on the faces of nervous patrons. Outside, debris tumbles through the streets, and the wind screams through cracks in the walls. Mara's phone is dead, her rental car stranded in a flooded lot. She's trapped, her confidence crumbling. Elias bursts through the diner's door, his jacket dripping, his face pale but resolute. His boat's distress radio caught a mayday call, a yacht, stranded miles out, carrying a family. They're sinking, he says, voice steady but urgent. I need hands. Anyone. The patrons avoid his gaze, fear rooting them to their seats. Mara, heart pounding, feels the weight of the moment. She's no hero, no sailor, she's never even been on a boat. But something in Elias's eyes, a quiet plea beneath his stoicism, pulls her forward. Against every instinct, she stands. I'm coming with you. The room falls silent, all eyes on her. Elias nods, no time for questions, and they run into the storm. Elias, Mayday came through 10 minutes ago. Family of 4. They're talking on water. Patron, you're crazy, Elias. Nobody's going out in this. Mara, I'm coming with you. Elias, you sure? This ain't a game. Mara, I'm sure. Mara, what am I doing? I'm no hero. I'm just a writer. But I can't sit here while people drown. Elias, she's got no clue what she's signing up for. But I can't do this alone. Elias's boat, the Sea Sparrow, pitches violently in the churning sea, waves crashing over the deck with relentless force. Lightning splits the sky, revealing the jagged outline of a sinking yacht in the distance. Elias grips the wheel, his face a mask of focus, shouting instructions over the storm's roar. Mara, soaked and shivering, fumbles with ropes, her city hands clumsy but determined. She's never felt so out of place, yet so alive. The distress flares from the yacht glow faintly, guiding them through the chaos. They reach the wreckage, a family clings to debris, their faces pale with terror. A young girl, no older than 10, screams for her father, who's slipping beneath the waves. Mara, acting on instinct, helps Elias lower a rope ladder. Together, they pull the girl aboard, her small body trembling as Mara wraps her in a blanket. The girl's mother follows, sobbing with relief. But the father is weakening, his arms barely holding the debris. Elias ties a rope around himself, preparing to dive in, when a massive wave slams the boat. He's thrown overboard, disappearing into the black water. Mara screams his name, her voice lost in the wind, as she scrambles to the edge, her hands gripping the rail, searching the darkness. Elias, hold the rope tight, Mara. Don't let go. Mara, I've got it. Hurry. Girl, Daddy. He's still out there. Mara, we'll get him. Stay here. Mara, this can't be happening. I'm not ready for this. Where is he? I can't lose him now. Elias, the sea's talking me, like it took him. I'm sorry, Mara. Mara's heart pounds as she ties a rope around her waist, her hands bleeding from the rough fibers. Without hesitation, she leaps into the freezing water, the shock stealing her breath. The sea is a void, black and churning, but she dives deeper, her flashlight beam cutting through the murk. She finds Elias, unconscious, tangled in a fishing net. Her lungs burn as she cuts him free with a knife from the boat, her hands shaking but steady. With every ounce of strength, she pulls him to the surface, fighting the current. The family on the boat, led by the mother, helps haul them aboard. Elias coughs, spitting seawater, his eyes fluttering open. Mara collapses beside him, sobbing with relief, her hands still clutching his jacket. The storm begins to ease, stars piercing the clouds like a promise. Mara, Elias. Stay with me. I'm not losing you. Mother, pull. We've got them. Elias, you came for me. Mara, couldn't let the sea win. Mara, I don't know why I jumped. But I'd do it again. For him. Elias, she risked her life, for me. A stranger. Why? The town emerges from the storm, battered but standing. Debris litters the docks, broken nets, shattered crates, a child's toy boat tangled in seaweed. Elias, bandaged and weak, sits on the dock beside Mara, who's wrapped in a blanket, her city boots now scuffed and soaked. The rescued family, reunited, thanks them tearfully before leaving with the Coast Guard. Mara's notebook is gone, lost to the sea, but she doesn't care. She and Elias sit in silence, watching the sunrise paint the sky in hues of pink and gold. For the first time, they talk, not as strangers, but as two souls bound by the night. Elias shares his brother's loss, the guilt he's carried. Mara admits she's been running from her own emptiness, chasing stories to fill it. They don't have answers, but they have this moment. Elias, lost my brother to a storm like that. Never thought I'd make it through this one. Mara, I wasn't supposed to be here. But I'm glad I was. Elias, you're braver than you think, city girl. Mara, and you're not as tough as you look, fisherman. Mara, I came for a story. I found something bigger. Something real. Elias, the sea took a lot from me. But it gave me this. Her. In the heart of the storm, we find who we truly are. Elias and Mara were strangers, divided by their worlds, but one night, one impossible choice, bound them forever. Courage isn't about being fearless, it's about acting despite the fear, reaching out when every instinct screams to turn away. Sometimes, risking everything for someone else reminds us what it means to be human. It's not the storm that defines us, but the choices we make in its shadow. Elias rebuilt the Sea Sparrow, stronger than before, and went back to the sea, but not alone. He carried Mara's courage with him. Mara stayed in the town, trading city lights for the rhythm of the tides. Her stories now were about people, not headlines, about lives like Elias's, and the night that changed them both. They never forgot the storm, or the bond it forged. Some say the sea tests us, but maybe it also saves us. If this story touched your heart, hit that like button to share the love. Drop a comment below, what would you risk for a stranger? And subscribe for more stories that remind us what it means to be human, to fight, to connect, to live.